This is what my yard looked like when I first moved in here about 2 years ago. And I thought, well, that'd be a great place to grow a garden. So I got this here garden going, and all of this grass came up out of nowhere, all on its own. So I was going to go down to the border today, but you know, it's just the same as you see it on my other videos. It's about up to 75 people showing up and choose to speak English. And you got the border patrol there, and they're just all smiles and help you into the van and go to be processed. But there's one YouTube channel that I want you to watch, and you will be glad you did. I'll write it in the description. It's Oscar L. Blue, and he's right there with them every day. Well, yesterday I think he put out one of the most important. I see the whole group down there. They're way down by the southern border of Mexico, and they were getting about 16, 20 miles a day, and stopping. And a lot of them gave up and asked the Mexican government. The Mexican government's doing very little, but the Mexican government gave a whole bunch of them pieces, and all of a sudden 8 or 9 white buses showed up. Now, I don't know who's paying for these white buses, but everybody started loading them up, and now they're coming here. We were expecting them to walk the whole way. Well, now, I don't know if it's Soros or somebody, these nice, pretty new white buses showed right up, and they're all headed this way, which means that the whole thing's going to be happening a lot quicker. So I'll get down to the border then when they all show up. Then I'll have something to talk about from my end. Meanwhile, I do what everybody ought to do is start improving their own area. You know, think globally, act locally. But in other news that I think we should all be focusing on is that in Australia, they're grabbing all the Aboriginals and force vaccinating. Great. You know, we all know that that's going to kill them. It's just bullshit. But there are Australians and Aborigines getting together and try to get rid of that tyranny. It's just unbelievable. But there's one thing that will explain most of it, is that all the governments, now this is too weird, all the governments are broke. They used to get money, but they're broke. Now, for instance, you got Biden saying, well, I'm opening up the oil reserve. And, well, he already sold it to the Chinese. And the whole thing with Afghanistan is they sold the Bagram Air Base and all the heroin trade to the Chinese, because this particular government has actually been against the law since 1871. So there's a whole lot of things you could do to try to understand this all. But the fact that they're broke, and the banks are broke, and all the militaries are broke. So anyway, I'm going to put another thing in the description box of, if you want to get about 1 light year ahead of the news cycle, I want you to learn everything you can about Kimberly Ann Gogun. And you'll find it on the Winged Lion channel of Rumble. It's just amazing, because there are people, forces in the universe trying to help out this little planet. And one thing about the universal help is that this is a free will planet. So they can't come that close, but you're supposed to be able to ask them into your heart or something, you know. Well, she's actually in contact, and we're gonna get some money rolling here. And it's not gonna be Trump. I used to like Trump, but I found out about, you know, it's not gonna be Trump, and it's not gonna be Starlink, you know. Um, you'll find it all out in your own research. Anyway, I'll get in touch with you again. My instructions to you is to have fun.